In Russia today, a cross-border counterattack from Ukraine may force the Kremlin's hand in deploying its army's reserves to stave off attacks. It's the third day since Ukrainian forces moved into the Kursk region, making it one of the largest cross-border incursions since the war began. As Moscow tries to suppress the attack against them, Russian President Vladimir Putin called Ukraine's offensive a large-scale provocation that involved indiscriminate shelling of civilian infrastructure. Jason Gaidola joins us live tonight with more. So, Jason, how is Ukraine responding to this?
Nicole, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky hasn't directly addressed the incursion into Russia, but did say today that his army has the ability to surprise and achieve results.
A burning home and rubble from destroyed buildings were left behind in Sudzha, Russia, after Ukrainian troops took the battle onto Russian soil. Moscow says people living there have been evacuated and dozens have been injured.
Киевский режим предпринял очередную масштабную провокацию.
Russian President Vladimir Putin called the cross-border incursion into the Kursk region a major provocation and an indiscriminate attack against homes and essential infrastructure. The Kremlin claims it has now thwarted units from Kyiv, but reports indicate that roughly 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers have advanced as far as 15 kilometers into Russian territory.
I have seen the statements from the Russian government is a little bit rich, them calling it a provocation, given Russia violated Ukraine's territorial integrity and sovereignty. You said 900 days. It actually goes back much longer than that. It goes back to 2014 and continues to illegally occupy Ukrainian territory.
Усі бачать, що українська армія вміє дивувати.
Although he didn't directly acknowledge the attack, today Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky says his army knows how to surprise and achieve results. Kyiv's aim could be to draw Russian reserves to the area, potentially weakening Moscow's offensive operations in several parts of Ukraine's eastern regions.
And then there's another theory, is that they're trying to draw forces away from Russian forces away from the other part of the front. So the question there is, right now the momentum of the Russian attacks has not stopped in the Donbass. So as this operation, which started on Tuesday, is going on, the other operations, we're hearing reports the Russians are still moving in the south, in the Donbass in particular.
Zelensky's advisor has suggested the operation would improve Kyiv's hand in the event of negotiations with Moscow.
It's a move that opens up a potential, and it depends how it goes, a potential to improve, strengthen Ukraine's bargaining position in the eventual peace talks.
This week, the U.S. says it had no prior knowledge of the offensive from Ukraine, but says the White House is making contact to learn more.
As far as the specifics on that, I would refer you to the Ukrainians to speak about their own military operations. That's where I would refer you to. But we are, generally speaking, as you know, we have been supportive of Ukraine.
Russia wasn't at the Global Peace Summit back in June, but Volodymyr Zelensky says he wants Moscow to attend a second summit in November to open up talks for peace. Ukraine has indicated that it wants to conduct the conference right before the U.S. presidential election.